intonation or pronunciation. If you have that imitation of hearing it, then practicing it, and then practicing it with the speaker, that helps to improve that just ability to speak English. There are a lot of YouTube videos out there about that. If you just type in imitation English speaking lesson, something like that, you'll find a lot of things like that. Vocabulary, just the more you read, the greater your vocabulary will grow. So growing up, I read tons and tons and tons of books, like just so many books. And I have a pretty broad vocabulary because of that. My English friends, right, who speak English quite frequently, they'll say, Miss Alexandra, you know a lot of different words. And it's just because I've encountered a lot, right? So if you read a lot of English, that will help you too. Is this helpful to you at all?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No worries. That was a good observation. I never really thought about how we really do move our mouths. And that's why I say I've noticed some of you guys kind of breeze over the sounds, or kind of, you don't pronounce every single sound in a word. And so that we pronounce not every letter, we don't pronounce every letter, but we pronounce every sound in a word. And that's because we really move our mouths a lot to really pronounce the sounds. So yeah, that's a good observation. I never really realized that. Okay.
Thank you.
We have 3 minutes left. Is there anyone else who has a pressing question, or should I call on some names?
Teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, can I have a question? So this pronunciation, I'm so confused with this too. And this is that you're so bad, and this the place where we sleep, that bed.
Yes.
How to pronounce that to the difference?
So bad, like you're a bad person. That's that sound as an apple. And bed, like you sleep in a bed, is the sound, like egg or elephant, right? So thank you for bringing that up. I have noticed in Burmese, whatever your language is like, we do get confused, that and that sound, and they are very close. So what I do, or what English speakers do to learn those sounds, right? Because we have to learn those sounds too, is we literally go through, this is some other advice of what to help with pronunciation. We go through charts. You can look them up online. There are sound charts in English, and it can go through the letters of the alphabet, but there are 26 letters in the alphabet, but there are 48 sounds in English. So you can look up charts with those 48 sounds, and we will go through those sounds just on a regular basis, practicing those sounds. So it's bad as an apple, and as an elephant. Bad and bed. Does that clarify it, Joanna? Yes. Okay.
So much.
No worries. Yeah. So if you practice those sounds on a regular basis, you can look it up online so that you can hear the sounds. And then once you kind of know what those sounds are, like some of my current students right now who are still learning like just sounds in English, we literally every day go over that sound chart. What are these sounds? And we practice the sounds. So that will help a lot too. Okay. Any other questions? Chin Chin, do you have a question? Or Lydia, do you have a question? Nyang, do you have a question? May or Hannah, do you have a question? Okay. Looks like we are good. Pastor Tiang, was there anything that you would like to add?
Teacher, can I have a question, please? What is that? We read that just before we start the class, and we read that. I didn't know what's the meaning. That I make you a logo. That
yes. I'll make you a logo. That's good. Yeah. That's a good question. So what it's referring to, right? So the person talking is the friend number one who's trying to convince friend number two to apply for the job, to go to the interview, to get this job in this other city, clearly near the beach of some kind on an island somewhere, right? And so to say, I can help you, right? I can make you a logo. I can help you with your cover letter, right? So to make you a logo is for a business, a logo is like a little picture that goes with a business. I'm not sure what you guys might have in Myanmar. Pastor Tiang, you might know better than me of an example of a logo that they might have a good reference to, because all the ones coming to my mind are like in America, like restaurants or things like that. But a logo is, it's just like a picture of something. So I can look something up online. So for example, there is a type of sports shoe in America that's called Nike. I don't know if you guys have that there. And their logo looks like this. Hang on. Let me get it up and then I'll share my screen with you. Their logo, let me share my screen. Here it is. Okay, sharing. Their logo looks like this over here, right? So there's some examples of shoes, but like this is a logo and it goes on all their shoes. So it's just like a graphic design for your company. So the friend number one who's trying to convince friend number two is saying, hey, I'll make you a logo, right? I'll make a picture to go with your brand so that people will want to hire you or want to buy your thing. Good question. Mm-hmm.
Teacher, can I have a question regarding to Jonah Boy? As my understanding, his friend is trying to get a job. It's not trying to open a new restaurant or a new business. So why don't he need why do we need a logo? Just
That's
a cover letter and resume.
That's a great question. I don't have an answer for that. I maybe should have taken that sentence out. It did bring up some good conversation. I took that conversation from someone else. I didn't make it up in my own brain. But I probably should have listened to my own brain. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I suppose that if you're trying to, there's people who get jobs to be able to sell ideas or sell creations they've made, or get a job to help on a sales team or something like that. So maybe if the job was a position for something like that. But thank you for clarifying. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense in that conversation. I'll have to take it out if I ever use it again. Thank you. Okay. I think that we're done.
If there is any questions, I will take one more questions.
Mm-hmm.
Tangi, do you have any question for her?
No, I don't.
How about Lydia?
No, teacher.
Okay. Miss Alexandra, thank you so much for your wonderful teaching.
I hope it was helpful.
Phenomenal. And you are such a good teacher.
Thank you.
And I believe that our students learn a lot from you tonight.
I hope
really enjoy your teaching.
Good.
And I also want to thank our students. Thank you so much for joining us. And especially I want to thank our new students. Welcome to Daniel Education Center. And we hope to see you again